Stop crying because you weren't crying when you were robbing people and using drugs and not being a good mom and not doing the things that you should have done when you were given this opportunity, right? Okay, on Dugas. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, so Ms. Dugas is on probation for the offense. Hold on, let me put on. Of robbery, a second-degree felony. We were previously here, and she entered pleas of true to counts 1 through 12, all of the counts in that motion, second amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. I received the updated pre-sentence report as well as a letter from Ms. Dugas. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that?
Pause right here. This is a critical legal moment. When the judge confirms there are no corrections and that this deal is unagreed with a cap of 8 years, that means the court is no longer negotiating mercy. At this point, probation isn't a promise, it's a privilege already hanging by a thread. And once violations stack up like this, judges aren't asking if prison is coming, they're deciding how long.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
None from the defense, Your Honor. Not from the state.
All right, and this was unagreed, correct?
It was a cap of 8.
Ms. Holmes, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've spoken with Ms. Dugas. Obviously, the various new offenses and violations is not acceptable through probation. She understands that. She stated that throughout this time, she did not have much support. She was going through a hard time in life, and she resorted to doing and committing these offenses, not being in obviously the right state, able to successfully complete probation. Ultimately, Ms. Dugas is requesting to have the opportunity to be reinstated to complete probation, and she would like to address the court in regards to this as to her plan of how she can successfully complete if given the opportunity.
Okay, go ahead.
How you doing, Ms. West? Wasting your time. When I get out of the world,
Speak up.
when I get out of the world, I'm going to do everything in my mental power to complete this probation. I know it's going to be extended if you do grant it to me. Like getting me a job, staying out the way of bad company, being better, being there with my family more often.
Ms. Dugas, you did the exact same thing. You robbed someone else while you're on probation for robbery. Not just robbed someone else, you failed to ID, failed to report to probation, new offensive possession of a controlled substance. You resisted arrest, or it's ridiculous to me that you're saying you want a second chance, because this was your second chance.
This is the moment the courtroom temperature drops. Judges hear apologies every day, but what they're responding to here isn't emotion, it's patterned behavior. Robbery while already on probation for robbery? That's not a mistake. That's defiance of the court. And when a judge says, this was already your second chance, what they're really saying is, the system has run out of patience.
You've already been on probation. You were given the second chance of not going to prison. The fact that Ms. Holmes negotiated a cap of 8 years for you, you should thank your lucky stars. This is ridiculous. 8 years, in my opinion, is not enough. You had every opportunity to do all the things that you're stop crying because you weren't crying when you were robbing people and using drugs and not being a good mom and not doing the things that you should have done when you were given this opportunity, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Malfino? Sorry.
I don't think I need to add anything to the report. I think if you follow the agreement that 8 at the very least is appropriate for her based on the number of violations. I spoke with Mr. Chang yesterday. He does not want to continue to work with her. This is actually her third NTRB, so it's about her 5th chance in front of you, not just her second chance, and I think we're for this purpose.
Ms. Dugas, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 12 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, find you guilty of robbery. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 8 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed. And
That warning right there is not dramatic. It's statutory reality. In Texas, habitual offender enhancements can turn repeat crimes into life-altering sentences. The judge isn't threatening her. The law already is. This 8-year sentence may feel heavy, but compared to a future 25-year minimum, this was the last off-ramp before permanent damage.
so you've waived your right to appeal. I've also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read that written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Ms. Holmes. I hope you take some advantage of this and actually do what you're saying you're going to do when you get out and change your life. There's programs in prison, take advantage of them, but you're not going to continue to get opportunities like this. If you continue to violate the law after this, you're going to be considered a habitual offender, and if you do anything again, your minimum punishment is going to be 25 years. 25 years minimum for what you've been doing. So you need to change your life or you're never going to see your kids, right? Go back with the bailiff.
Judge, would the court be willing to entertain an 8 concurrent so that we would have that
Yes,
individual
yes,
down
ma'am.
the road?
Yep, if y'all want to get that taken care of, that's fine. Brianna Williams, Mr. Parker.
Just 2, 3, and 4, threat.
There is
Okay.
a condition 1 that going to handle in this minute.
Okay, so you'll abandon that in this motion?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, are you Brianna Williams? And will your client, well, Ms. Williams, before I go any further, the best you can, raise your right hand, please, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Mr. Parker, will your client waive the formal reading of the motion?
Sure, Your Honor.
Ms. Williams, in cause number 18-30512, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Shows that you were placed on probation May 20th of 2019 for the offense of injury to a child, and that was a 10-year deferred probation. Is that correct? Count 2 alleges that you provided a urine sample November 19th, 2024 that tested positive for tetrahydrocannabinol. And is that true or not true? And count 3 alleges that you were at a location other than your residence at approximately 11:53 p.m. on November 11th of 2024. And is that true or not true? And then finally, count 4 alleges that you're behind in your court-assessed fees. And is that true or not true? Did you enter your pleas of true to counts 2, 3, and 4 freely and voluntarily? And because they're actually true. I have some documents here on the computer that you've signed with Mr. Parker. Did he go over these before you signed them? And you understand if I go along with this and continue you on probation, you won't have any right to appeal. And it looks like what the agreement is for me to continue you on probation, order that you do the 30-day program at the Franklin House. You will be, my computer's stuck. There we go. In addition, you'll be on the high-risk caseload through MHMR, which will give you all the tools, hopefully, that you need in order to be successful and make better decisions. Do you understand? I want you to know that if I go along with this and give you the opportunity, it sounds like probation, everybody wants to work with you. You need to do everything you're supposed to, because if you're back in here again, you probably will not get the same opportunity, okay? So I'm going to find state tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Any evidence Ms. Williams isn't competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 2, 3, and 4 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the agreement, continue you on probation. I'm going to order that you enter and successfully complete the 30 days at the Franklin House. You will be on the high needs caseload so that you can get any help you need and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Cannot use marijuana. You cannot be out of your house. You need to do everything you're supposed to, okay? This is your second chance or third chance. It's time to make sure you do everything correct, okay?
Your Honor, I'd like to represent the court. She has done all her classes where she can do some other jobs that pay good, and she's actually requested that she needs some type of therapy, which I think MHMR will help. And so she
Perfect.
requested that on her own, and she's wanting that.
Well,
So I
and
think
that's
she
when
has a
it's going to
positive
work.
attitude.
Yeah, that's when it's going to work the best, is when you know you need some help getting through some things. Take advantage of the help. You're going to get it, and that way you can go on with your life, hopefully get that great job, and this will all be behind you.
If you need help, ask the probation. Don't be scared of them.
Yeah, don't be scared. They're there to help you. Ask ahead of time. Don't ask for permission. Don't ask for forgiveness. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you've waived your right to appeal. Good luck to you.
Just a reminder of the court, you might want to remind Mr. Millhouse about the court order regarding the photo.
Oh, yeah.